welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. Today we have with us for the John Dardis SJ, who serves as the General Counselor for Discernment and Apostolic Planning of Society of Jesus. An Irish native, he previously held the position of the President of the Conference of European Provincials. Welcome, Father John Dardis.
Thank you very much.
Father, you grew up in a deeply devotional and God-fearing family. Later, during your teenage years, while attending the Jesuit vocational camps, you heard the call of God. I'm sure that over time, you nurtured and strengthened your vocation. In today's world, where the younger generation is drawn to fast, instant results, how can one truly listen to the call of God in a daily life? Whether it's a call to a religious life, or maybe marriage, or maybe any other vocation, or how to lead a good way of life, Father?
I almost didn't become a Jesuit because I was heading for medical school, but one day in my school, a priest came up to me and said, "What will you do with your life? What are you going to do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to go do medicine." And he just said, "Think again." Just 2 words. So that led me to rethinking, and then I went on a vocational weekend where I had a big experience of God during a Mass. What's the lesson from that? There are 2 lessons. One is that what we say to each other can really help. When that man said, "Think again" to me, it really struck home. So if you're talking to a friend, or if a friend is talking to you, and you're really in tune, you can just ask a question or make a comment like that will help the person to go deeper, 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 and they find God and they find themselves. It's the first lesson, how we can help each other. We don't find God so much out of community. We find God with each other. We struggle forward together. We hold each other's hands. That's a key thing. That's why there's church. And secondly, God is reaching out to us all the time. He's there through the Eucharist, through our friendships, through the music, through the dancing, through the Bible, through the prayer, through the love we have for others. God is stretching out a hand to you all the time. And you needn't leave a Eucharist or a prayer meeting or a meeting of friends untouched by God. You needn't leave a place of friendship like this untouched by God. He can touch you, He can heal you, He can give you hope. So God is there all the time. God is reaching out to you.
Father, we are living in a digital world which is rapidly growing with AI advancements, digital surveillance, and deepfake technologies. We are inspired and surprised both the way you navigate digital platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and other platforms. So, technology is very important for today's youth, and it's also a challenge and opportunity. How do you view this digital transformation, and how can the youth make use of this rather than be consumed by it?
It's a great question. And St. Ignatius had an incredibly positive view towards the world. Basically, God created the world, and God created all these things, or God is behind all these things. And then we have to choose how to use them. So you use them as far as they help you achieve the end for which you're created, which is relationship, love, service. And you don't use them, or you pull back from them when they're not helping you become a better person, become a person of love and service, become a person of faith and hope. That's the core thing. Digital is, I think sometimes we can think it's the be-all and end-all, or it's the top thing. I remember once talking to somebody in Italy, and he said, "My family is Catholic, my kids are in their teens, they're 16, 17, they come to church, they come to Mass." But he said, really, I think their real belief is technology will save them. They are so fixed on technology that their real belief is technology saves them. What do you do when a child falls sick, or marriage is in trouble, or you're doubting things? Technology won't help you. And I think the message is use technology in far as it helps. I've seen people find God through technology. I've seen people join the Society of Jesus their first contact was through a website. So there are many, many fantastic things. I'm not somebody who condemns technology and warns you against it. I'm saying, no, this can be really good, but you need to choose. You can make choices. You're in charge. You can make choices.
Father, we are living in India, and India is celebrated as one of the world's largest democracy. But it has its own problems like political tensions, religious conflicts, economic struggles, social injustices, which frequently bring out the vulnerabilities of the society. So as we move with Jesuits and strive to contribute positively, so what should be our stance amidst all this chaos, and how we youth can face these challenges with faith and resilience?
There are so many ideologies in the world today, just ideologies that capture people. The isms, I call them the isms, like consumerism. It sort of says, if you buy lots of stuff, you'll be liberated. Or individualism, you go on your own and you're not really responsible for others. Fundamentalism in all religions, it's terrible. It's breaking up the world. Just like in the past century, we had fascism and Nazism, communism, which caused millions of people to die. I mean, it was just horrible, the destruction caused by these isms, these ideologies. So why Jesuits run schools, why Jesuits run universities, why Jesuits have young adult movements, is to help people identify together these isms, these destructive things that want to take over your mind and your heart. And together we can say, no, we're learning to sniff these out. We're learning to identify those things that dehumanize you, that take away the love that's in my heart, that destroy the goodness that's in me, the innate goodness. We identify those. We identify the isms, the ideologies that destroy community, that put one group against another, that create polarities. We want to help people, and we want to identify together these destructive things in our societies, in the whole world. They exist in every culture. Every culture. We need to identify them and say, no, these are destructive, these are destructive, these are harmful. We want to build a world of solidarity, of unity, of reconciliation. And for Christians, we think of the Beatitudes, where Jesus said, blessed are those who show mercy, blessed are those who seek for justice and truth. We want to be with that group. We don't want to be with the group that say, blessed are the rich, blessed are the powerful, just ignore everybody else, stamp on them. We want to be with this group, with Jesus, in a more humble place, but we want to be there. And that's the key to happiness.
Father, let's talk about the universal apostolic preferences, specifically journeying with the youth. It is truly inspiring to see that church and the Jesuit community have committed themselves to accompany young people in their faith and personal growth. Father, I have a few questions that I want to address to you. My first question would be, Father, you've been traveling a lot and you have met countless young people. What has been your experiences with them? And my second question is, what are the moments of consolation that you have encountered, and what are the major challenges that you have addressed?
My consolations come from listening. I listen a lot. Okay, I'm talking a lot now, you can say. I listen a lot. And I think when you are listened to, when I am listened to, it's a special moment. It's a kind of a redemptive moment. It can be a healing moment. It's a moment where I feel valued. We've all had the experience of somebody cutting across when I'm speaking and interrupting and all this, and you feel smaller. When you feel listened to, you feel you're valued. And I think that's a key thing to learn early on in our lives, when you feel listened to. My father was a wonderful listener. He didn't talk very much. My mother talked. My father listened. When I told him I was joining the Society of Jesus, it was the first time I saw him crying. I'd never seen him crying before. I was the only son. I have 2 sisters. And he was crying. He asked me, he said, would you not do medicine beforehand and maybe think? And I said, no. But then he let me free. Let me free. He listened to me. He also was very affectionate. He listened to his own heart, and he could live from that. And I learned so much from him of how to be a person, how to become a human person. We're growing in being human persons. We're human beings, and also we're becoming human beings. Able to love, able to laugh, able to dance. It's a journey. So I'm very hopeful for young people. And the preference talks about accompanying them. It doesn't say we Jesuits will teach you how to be human. We Jesuits have the answers. It doesn't. It's more saying you have the answers and we're the learners. I work with the younger Jesuit in Rome, and he's terrific on digital stuff, and he has great faith also. And he teaches me of how to live in this digital age. So I think the Society of Jesus, we have a lot to learn. And we won't be able to confront all those ideologies I talked about earlier. We won't be able to meet the challenges of the world. We won't be able to reach out effectively unless you help us, unless you show us the way, unless you give us your advice, unless you tell us that we're wrong, unless you praise us when we're right, and we journey together. Really, I think it's a journey. It's a humble third preference, accompanying young people in the search for a hope-filled future. There are so many voices of doom now in the world, of doom around AI and technology and everything, and there are dangers in those things. But the world is a great, beautiful place. And we want to make the choices that go towards a hope-filled future, the good choices, where we're inclusive, where we're merciful, where we're trying to be loving and forgiving and looking for justice and truth and reconciliation. Make those choices, and then we're going on the road together, supporting each other.
As we approach the final question, I would like to sincerely thank you, Father John, for being with us today. Your presence, encouragement and guidance means so much to us and help bring us close to God's mission. To our dear viewers, thank you for watching this episode of Let's Talk. For more inspiring and insightful videos, follow KJS YouthWorks on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And finally, before we conclude, we would love to hear what are your key takeaways from the visit to India, and what message would you like to leave for the youth of Karnataka Jesuit Youth Ministry?
Key takeaway. My key takeaway is a picture. I was walking in the street yesterday and I saw a two-wheeler. It had the father and the mother. In the front of the father was a little baby, and in between was another baby. There are these 4 people on a two-wheeler, and they were smiling. And that's one of my takeaways. It's just a picture of India with its laughter, its colors, it's the love of a family together, and of course, surely also the struggles. That was a key takeaway. The message for young people in South Asia, India, and around the world would be never lose your passion. Nurture the passion in each other, the fire in each other. There's so much that would say to you about cynicism in the world and all that kind of thing. Go down the cynical path, the disillusioned path. Don't do that. And you can only remain in touch with God, in touch with your deepest self, and passionate together. Passion, fire, energy, love. Don't lose it.